Hey, what's going on, everyone? Sly. Look who it is. It's Flo. So, Danny Gray, man. We all know what happened last week. He didn't get called up, and we brought in Tay Martin. Now, if Tay Martin is starting ahead of you, brought him up from the practice squad, something's up, man. Because there's a few guys in the preseason that I thought personally were horrible that probably shouldn't have even made the team because how they did in preseason. And one of the guys was Tay Martin because he dropped so many balls. When he did catch a ball, he didn't know where the hell he was, and he caught the ball out of bounds on one play. I believe it was against the Raiders. So it was a disastrous preseason, but made the practice squad. And Danny Gray, everyone thought, because he had that practice window open, he was going to get called up, and he didn't get called up. So that begs the question, man, this week, will he be called up? And if not, man, is he going to stay in that doghouse? And pretty much might be the end of Danny Gray. What do you think, man?
Yeah, man, I don't think, if they don't bring him up this week, I think it is kind of the end of Danny Gray. I think for the most part, they're trying to give this guy a shot, really, because obviously we drafted him fairly high.
Third round.
But he looked good initially when he had his rookie training camp. He looked solid, but since then, man, he just had a lot of drops, either at the receiving portion or when he was doing the returns. He just kind of just lost his confidence, and then we got guys like Ronnie Bell who emerged, even though he's struggling as well too. That's another kind of subject. But it just seems that right now, Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch, it just seems like they're no longer riding with this guy because they brought up, like you said, Tay Martin from the practice squad, who was horrible, like you said in the preseason. But I don't know, man. What do you think?
Man, I'll be honest with you. I'm just going to let it rip. Danny Gray in the preseason, not in the preseason, it's like training camp. This guy was pissing the shit out of me just because we were hearing from multiple beat reporters that this guy, if the ball wasn't thrown right to him, he would have a hissy fit. He would go up to the quarterback and start screaming. We saw that numerous people that were at the training camp were saying that he was all pissed off. It's like, bro, first of all, you're not that guy. Like, you think that you are like Odell Beckham in his prime, Keyshawn Johnson, give me the damn ball. Dude, you're not even like that. I don't even know if he's had a like actual catch in an NFL game yet. So that attitude probably was like, dude, Kyle Shanahan's like, dude, go kick rocks, man. Because we have to remember, he's been ready to go for the past 2 months. That practice window opened, but he has been ready to go. And the fact that he isn't there might show that these guys just might not like him. They might just think that he's a bust at the end of the day. And he might be. We don't know. But he might have his opportunity this week. But obviously, I think that rubbed probably the quarterbacks and the coaching staff the wrong way. That little attitude problem that he had. And to me, man, you out there, you have opportunities all through preseason training camp. And the routes weren't crisp. Some balls we heard were dropped. And so it was like a lot of things out there that just wasn't flying. And you have opportunity after opportunity, and it doesn't happen. Now, I get it. Kyle Shanahan does put people in the doghouse that shouldn't have been in the doghouse. We talked about this last year and the year before that when, remember, Brandon Ayuk was in the doghouse. That was wrong. In my opinion, I don't know what Brandon Ayuk did to piss off Kyle Shanahan, but the fact is Brandon Ayuk had the talent, and we saw that week one that he had that talent. Remember when he ran that reverse against was it Philly or whatever? That was a sick. Then the hurdle that was a screen, and then he did the same thing against the Giants. So like, dude, this guy has the talent. His ass needs to be out there every play. Whatever he's going on with Kyle Shanahan, his ass needs to be out there. But Danny Gray, the talent first of all hasn't even been there. You know, he's got the speed. Everyone was pumped up when he had that touchdown on the go route to the left side when Trey Lance threw that ball. So everyone was pumped up. Like, all right, man, Danny Gray, his guy looks like he's ready to go. But we just haven't seen it, man. We just haven't seen it at all. He got hurt. I remember the first when he returned that kick. But he has been ready to go for the past 2 months, and we didn't bring him up. Something's got to be up because let's be honest. Juwan Jennings out with the concussion. We needed a receiver. Ray McCloud out as whatever he had was the arm or whatever. We needed a punt returner. So we needed receivers and punt returners, and Danny Gray was out there and he still wasn't called up. So something's got to be up. And this is the week, man. Yeah. All our starters pretty much are going to not play. Maybe they're saying maybe they say Deebo Samuel. He's saying that he thinks he's going to play because they want him to get to 1,000 yards receiving. But I don't even think he's going to play that long either. So if there's ever a week, it's got to be this week. And if he's not there, man, then obviously he's not going to be in the play in the playoffs. But this might be the end of Danny, man.
Yeah, essentially this is like what, his 5th preseason game essentially.
Yeah.
So this is gonna pretty much, I think it's the last shot, to be honest. If he doesn't get a called up, I think he's gonna be gone.
Yeah, man, it's insane. Because actually, we did videos on him before this all started. We were making videos about Danny Gray before he got drafted by the 49ers because he had the speed and whatever. His one concern was his route running. And it hasn't been the greatest, man. We were watching his, film. He'd always put stuff on his Instagram about him running routes, and he has a speed. He's like a 4.3 guy, 4.3 speed guy. So he has that. But the problem is, man, not the great route runner, and he's got to change his attitude, man. He's got to change his attitude. If the ball's not thrown to him and he's open, okay, man, just move on. The film's out there. Because after these practices, these coaching staff, they're watching the film. So just don't be out there complaining, bitching. I know John Lynch, right after the practice, he said, I'm out there watching the film, watching everything. And he's probably seen that like, bro, come on, dude, let's get it together. So I mean, it's now or never, man. And he's got to have a good practice this upcoming week to have his chance. Because look, there's guys out there like Robert Beal who had to have these badass practices in order to make this roster. Also, he would have been put on the IR, and he did it, man. He proved it, and we're hearing so many good things about him and all these other guys, Jalen Graham, all these other rookies, Darrell Luter Jr., Danny Gray, man. It's just the exact opposite. And out of all these guys, he's the highest draft pick of all these guys that are fighting, clawing out there. So something's got to happen, and desperately we need a freaking punt returner. And Danny Gray, he actually did that in college. Because, Ronnie Bell's fumbling everything he has, and he's getting every damn holding call. Remember that holding call last week against Washington? So, I mean, come on, dude. This is like his perfect opportunity. Get out there, man. Make a play. Do something. Don't be whining. Don't be bitching. Just do it, man. Because he has a talent. At the end of the day, he has the talent. But I just feel that he thinks he's probably, he was the big dog at SMU. But, dude, there's some real dogs here, and you just got to get in line and just wait for your opportunity. Don't moan. Don't complain, man. What do you think, man?
Yeah, man. That's pretty much the biggest thing. At least Ronnie Bell kind of did give him a chance to get a spot this upcoming week because, like you said, Ronnie Bell, he's
having a rough
last 4 weeks, almost 5.
Yep.
Just it's either muff punts, drop passes,
even as a receiver, he's holding.
Yeah, so there is opportunity. It's slim, but like I said, if he doesn't get it, I believe he's not going to be with us next year. I think they're going to go out this offseason and draft a few more receivers.
And there's quite a few receivers out there. I'm doing some scouting, man. Even Christian McCaffrey's brother, he's looking crisp out there. And also Jerry Rice's son, he's at USC. He's looking really good. So, I mean, dude, the sense of urgency has to be there. And they even said that there's a sense of urgency that has to happen. And when we heard that from the coaching staff, we've always heard, remember, I'm trying to think of Grant Cohn's boy, Joe Williams, there needs to be a sense of urgency. All these other guys that he keeps saying that about, then they cut their ass right after that. So he's got to come in. He's got to step it up. And if this week it's not happening, Elvis said it best, man. It's now or never. He's got to have it, man. Got to have it.
All right. Well, you guys let us know in the comments what you guys think about Danny Gray. Is this his last shot? Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. See y'all next time.
Peace.